Are you biohacking yourself? Do you even know what that is? We're going to get into it today, and I'm going to give you my personal 3 favorite ways to biohack. Hey, team, how are my players? Have you heard of biohacking, first of all? I know. I at first was like, is that my cell phone getting broken into and all my information getting stolen? That's what it feels like when they say that. So that's the new hot trending health word out there these days, and everyone has their own different take on it. So why not throw out mine? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So, what is biohacking? Essentially, it's doing things to increase your productivity, to get the most out of the minute, squeeze all that juice out of life, and feel good doing it. I mean, essentially, is what it boils down to. And there's all different ways to do this, from microdosing mushrooms to caffeine, fasting, sleep, getting better sleep. It just runs the gamut. And essentially, what it all boils down to is getting your mind and body right and decreasing inflammation. Because you want better focus, you want better productivity, you want to feel that on, you want to be calm. I mean, you kind of want to feel like you're living in a dream world 24/7. And that's essentially what all of this is and what they're putting it all together to do. I want to know, have you guys done any biohacking? Yeah, message me at Dr. Audra Lance on Instagram and tell me your favorite tool to biohack or what's your favorite thing to do. Maybe you didn't even know it was called biohacking. But today, with my definition, you learned it. Have you ever felt that, what I just described, of being like calm, but focused and productive, but happy and not trying to have a panic attack, but that you also feel rested? Your stomach doesn't hurt. You don't feel bloated. You're pooping. I'm just describing like how I try to feel like normal. And it's pretty hard. It's either that your mind's going off the rails, or I'm like, dang, what did I eat that I feel like I weigh 800 pounds? Or why can't I sleep? It's just, is this my hormones or is this just my mind being crazy? I know you guys can relate, or you wouldn't have been drawn to this podcast. This is a big conversation with my professional athletes and celebrities, and they get a little overwhelmed with all the information out there. So they come to me. I'm so grateful to be part of their team and their support. Speaking of that, who do you have as your team and support? You only get one body. You need to think of it as like your dream car. You're driving your dream car. And who do you want to be your passengers that can help you out? Who do you want to change the oil? Who do you want to wash the car? Who do you want you sitting you in the front seat jamming, picking tunes, being DJ? Which, by the way, NSYNC releasing a new song? Are you kidding me? So pumped. I have been to the Backstreet Boys. I've been through Nashville twice in like 3 or 4 years. I went both times, lost my voice, was really sore, low back, feet, everything from dancing, because I don't usually bust out those moves on a regular basis. So, I mean, I'm fully ready to pull a groin if they go on tour. And you know what would even be more of a dream? If it's Backstreet Boys and NSYNC headlining. Could you imagine both bands coming out and like each doing a song and dancing, like having a little dance sing off? I mean, JT, Backstreet Boys, the rest of NSYNC, like where you at? If you need someone to give you all the ideas of what to do, I'm here for it. I'm ready to go. Do you love Backstreet or NSYNC? Like, which one was your thing growing up? And if you're listening and neither of them was your thing, I mean, come on. you kind of bobbed your head at the catchiness of the tunes. But I mean, I am just so excited when I saw that. And I hope there's a tour of all of them. Once again, like I said, I need a biohack so that I can be ready to break it down and sing it all out and maybe not lose my voice. If I'm doing my biohacking correctly, shouldn't I be able to do all that? Right. So I'm going to give you, well, like I said, we were talking celebrities, professional athletes. So some of these singers like are wanting to be able to perform their very best for their hour and a half, 2 hours on stage. So they're like, Audra, which of these things are we doing? And it comes back to, all right, we need to get your mind, body right, along with decreasing inflammation. So here are 3 things that I'm personally doing right now that I love and my kind of go-tos. But me being me, it could change next week. So no promises. I always like to try some new things so I can be able to help my patients even better, to be like, I already tried this. This is my experience. Here's the research on it. And maybe or maybe not, I think it's a good fit for you. 1, I'm going to start off with the hardest one for me, is eating an anti-inflammatory. I hate the word diet because that just seems so ew. An anti-inflammatory, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a word and it's hard for me to come up with words on the spot because it just flows out. Anti-inflammatory food or meals or nourishment. So, what does that look like? This is meats, lots of vegetables, basically eliminating sugar and bread, which I love, love bread. It could be my whole meal. Oh my God. Love, 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 love. Like that is harder for me not to eat than sweets. I know we're going to have like hashtag team sweets, hashtag team French fries bread. French fries is another one. Love them. I love the salt. I just, crave the bread. But that can be, as we know, very inflammatory. So you need to kind of, where I am of like healing the burnout and stuff. That's what I'm sticking to 80% of the time. I'm a big 80-20 girl because I do truly believe you got to live. And for me, I just need a cheeseburger every once in a while, okay? With a good bun. And that doesn't like throw me off the rails. It's only every once in a while. So if that helps you from, 2 things right there, but we're just going to count it as one of like 80-20 lifestyle and the anti-inflammatory. How, and you might be like me if you listen to the intro. I hate cooking. Yeah, I despise it actually. It's not even so much the cooking part, but it is. And it's also the cleanup. Like, no, thank you. I'm not available for that. I work all day, think all day, I have to do all the things all day. And then I'm supposed to like come home and cook myself dinner. And, my husband travels a lot for work. So I'm supposed to cook myself dinner and then throw half of it away because I hate leftovers. Just that's just not for me. So it is really hard to keep yourself accountable when you pull up the Postmates or Uber Eats app because Five Guys, all the delicious food comes up. And at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, let me just order that. So what have I done? I invested in myself because if you're going to biohack, you better invest. And if I'm going to invest and spend money on something, it's going to be me because you only get one body. So if you're like, where do I throw my dollars and cents? Where should I budget things? You better put yourself on that list because if you're not around, you can't do anything else. So I have found someone that helps like prepare meals like when Josh is gone all week or something. And so they are the anti-inflammatory foods and they're just put together in little meals. So I come home, I can warm it up in the pan or whatever. And I'm kind of set. Like I need some things to be set up to be mindless at that point of the day after work and just easy and simple. And I'm not doing a bunch of dishes. So that's what works for me. I'd be interested to hear what works for you. I know a lot of people like to meal prep. That's a good option as well. So eating good, you can't go wrong. And it is true. I know it's such a cliche thing of like, think of your food as fuel. Start paying attention to when you're eating, how you feel after, even the day after. Do you get a headache? Can you poop? You should be pooping every day, at least once a day. FYI, if you're not, we need to have a conversation. Do you feel bloated? Like, this is all huge information of your body talking to you and telling what's going on. Biohack number 2, getting my mind right. That is hard. I've talked about it openly on here. Anxiety is my thing. It's my middle name. I'm one of those people constantly thinking in the future, planning for the future, and then worrying like, oh my God, did I say that correctly? Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't offend them. That was like a joke. They were laughing. I was laughing, replaying everything. Okay. Do you think they understood that exercise? Did I explain it well enough? Oh my God, are my patients actually doing their homework? And then freaking out. Oh my God, it's not oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do they think they knew the importance of this? Like, did they feel I want to help them or like go out with friends? Oh my gosh, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? I mean, it is exhausting in my head. I'm reminded of that a lot. Like, it's exhausting up there just thinking. I don't even need to work out because my brain's just killing me. But in that state, how productive do you think I am? How good is that for my body? I'm spiking my cortisol with every thought. Not good. And that from there is causing inflammatory reactions throughout my body. Not biohacking, not cutting it. So, a couple things biohacking wise that have helped me is gratefulness. One, my mind starts spinning. And I've been doing this for about a month just to test it out. So this isn't like a perfect study here. And I haven't been doing it for 10 years. But I actually, every time I'm starting a hamster, it starts running. I go, hold on. What are you grateful for today, right now? And this could be something as simple as like Hayward giving me a kiss when I tell him, kiss, kiss. We taught him how to do that. And it's the cutest freaking thing ever. Or it can be, I'm grateful that patient trusted me with their care. I mean, it can be anything. I'm grateful for my body. I was able to do a workout today. It has really stopped the snowball effect of me rolling down the hill, spinning on the hamster wheel, lighting up Vegas with my brain. And that is one also, which I really want to try. It's just not my thing, is the journaling part of like writing down stuff. And I'm probably, since I'm, kind of have some resistance to it, probably means I need to do it to have a better effect. So that's mine. So we got like our gut inside our body. Then we got our mind, 2 huge biohacking things. And then the third, what do I like to do to increase my productivity? And then there's a couple things I could say here. Caffeine, actually. And I know that's like when you read like controversial with some biohacking stuff, but it's the fine line of figuring out how much caffeine you need without it like buzzing you, like so that you could fly without having wings that high, or making you feel nauseous and which is really hard for me to find that fine line. And that's either getting something like a matcha latte. I like coconut milk with mine. Or doing half caffeinated coconut milk, oat milk lattes or whatever. And then when I have time for it, we're gonna say 2 here to count for as 3 to increase productivity. Either a cold shower or the cold plunge. And you really don't need 5 and 10 minutes in this, people. That's just a little excessive. And there is such a thing as too much stress on the body, especially for females, as I'm here healing from this burnout of, hey, you can't put your body under crazy amounts of stress. So cold shower, 30 seconds to a minute, cold plunge, 30 seconds to sometimes I'll go to 90 seconds, but you still get good benefits and you kind of get that, woo, let's go. So either or, if I'm on vacation, I get in a pool or the ocean. But it just gives you that little jolt. So one or the other. Doing both, I usually just get a little too high of eek. So these are my 3 favorite biohacking methods. And I really hope you share with someone who you've had this conversation with and help yourself, because you only get one body. And that's why I created that de-stress in 20 game plans. You can get the body movement and the mindfulness in one swoop. And you can do one exercise and feel the results instantly. So I have that available in the show notes. Right now, the price is hacked. So go and get it and get into that biohacking, people. You deserve it.